Bro, what are you looking at? Go home, it's over. All right, YouTube, so before you start cutting, what you want to do is comb out the hair first. What this does, it lifts the hair off of the scalp, making it easier for the hair to feed into the teeth of the blades. Also, my client has a, shag in the back, so I'm also going to pick that out as well, just to make sure that's nice and stretched out, so I can visually see what the shape is looking like. So my client wanted to take the front down to a 1.5, so I went ahead and grabbed my 1 guard with the lever fully open, and I'm going with the grain of his wave pattern. So you're gonna have to be careful around that crown area. Everybody's crown grows in a swirl, so make sure you look at the direction that the hair is going in and go with that direction. Don't cut through the crown because it's gonna leave a bald spot, right, if you cut through it. So make sure you navigate that area very carefully by going with the grain of the hair pattern. So next I'm gonna shape the shag in the back by making it contour to his head, right? I don't want it to be distorted looking. I want everything to flow. So that's how I'm shaping it. I'm shaping it so it can flow, his waves can flow into the shag. So my client wanted a mid taper, so I decided to give him like a mid burst taper, right? I wanted this taper to basically stand out a little bit more than your just basic taper. So how I started it was using my trimmers, setting it in with the ball line first, and I do it in a triangle-like shape. So I'm gonna go right on top of that guideline using my clippers with the lever open, going up about a 1/2 inch, making sure I keep that triangle-like shape, combing the hair down in place as I go. Next, with the 1 guard, I'm gonna go right on top of that, still maintaining that triangle-like shape. It's basically gonna turn into a rainbow-like shape, anyway. So just continue to maintain that shape as much as possible. Go over that guideline multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. So with the 1 guard, my plan was to not go any higher than that. So I'm gonna work my way back down by just closing the lever and softening up that middle line. Now keep in mind that this is not gonna take it out fully. I'm just taking baby steps to go back down, so it makes it easier to come behind it with the next steps. Now putting on the 0 guard with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, start below the line, flick to the line, and take out that middle line. Now in some cases that the 0 guard closed can't take out that middle line, what I like to do is I like to come back with the lever open and just get in those areas where I see bulk. This is basically just detailing as you go back down. Now with the lever fully closed, I'm gonna take out that bottom line by using my corners and my corners only. What I'm doing is I have the lever fully closed and I'm starting below the line and just using my corners to flick out that bottom line in those areas where I see bulk. I'm also gonna adjust the lever as I go higher into the blend. So next I'm gonna work on the bulk that's up top. I'm not really planning on setting it any guidelines. It's just making it a little smoother. I got my 2 guard on with the lever open and I'm just clearing out a little bit of the bulk that's on top. The reason why I didn't just go right ahead and take out the bulk is because I wanted to see what the blend would look like overall with the bulk, right? So in my mind, I would have took off too much, not having the rest blended out. So right now I knew that, okay, I only have a little bit to take out. And lastly, it's about detailing your work. Detailing is extremely important. It separates you from just being an average barber, right? So what I like to do is I like to refer to the mirror. The mirror shows me a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on. Also, if you don't have access to a mirror, look away from the blend, come back. You'll start seeing different things, different bulk areas where you didn't before. Because just looking dead center at an object for so long, you kind of get lost in the blend. So make sure you give yourself a break, go back in, use your corners in areas where you use your guards. You can even go take off all the guards and use the corners of your blade as thinning shears. So the same steps that I used on the left, I'm gonna use those same steps on the right. So right now, I'm gonna prep the front line by spraying some level 5 holding spray. What this does, it locks the hair in place, so when you go to line your client, the hair doesn't move. After I spray a light coat, I come behind it and use my blow dryer on cold just to freeze it, all right? You don't want to heat it up because that's basically melting it instead of freezing it. It just gives a different effect. So I'm gonna let the product set in. I'm not gonna line them up right away. I still want the product to set in, so I'm just gonna work on his facial hair, do something else while, the hair is drying. One thing about cutting hair is you always wanna be on the go. This will speed up your time. You don't wanna just sit and just do nothing, right? Then your haircuts take longer. Always think of what you could do next while you're letting something cook. You know what I mean? So always stay productive when you're cutting hair because this is gonna, like I said, speed up your time and make you more efficient. Now, as far as enhancement goes, if you're a beginner, if you're in school, I would suggest not using enhancements. Learn how to perfect the cut first before you start using enhancements. Now, if you want to know my mix on what I use 50-50, right? 50% Kiss Express and 50% alcohol. The Kiss Express that I use is K98, all right? K98 black. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like
Got this!
Yeah! YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, Hustle Dreams Production, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.